Utrecht's trophy for the world's strongest man being staged here in Zambia by the Victoria Falls, which of course the locals knew about for centuries before Dr. David Livingstone discovered them in 1855, and thereafter the surrounding area developed. This, the colonial town of Livingstone, was the capital of northern Rhodesia until 1935. So there are 5 heats, 6 competitors in each, and they will have to go through 6 events, at the end of which just 2 of them will make it through to the final. And there already, 𝗚𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗣 of Finland, Wout Zylstra of the Netherlands, Sven Carlsen of Norway, Hugo Girard of Canada. Which of these 6 will join them? And the battle for a place in that final begins in the car park. No easy introduction to this heat, a dual assault on the body. First of all, you have to pick up these 2 cylinders that weigh 120 kilograms each and take them to the halfway point, where you're then confronted by this tyre that you have to flip to the far end. This is the biggest ever tyre in a world strongman competition. 390 kilograms, that's 860 pounds. So the moment of truth for Britain's most familiar strongman. Here we go again. How do you feel your prospects are this time?
Right up against it. Tough group again, tough events, a few cardiovascular events. Just gonna have to knuckle down. And the heat is just unbelievable, as you can see. Butterflies in my stomach, but let's try and make the final this time, you know. 2 near misses, 3rd time lucky, has to be.
Commentary comes from Paul Dickinson.
The formidable figure of Glenn Ross, his biggest body weight ever, 202 kilograms. A first-timer, Travis Lyndon of Canada, 2 meters tall, a huge man indeed. And this fella's not so light either, Johnny Perry of the United States from North Carolina. Raimonds Bergmanis from Latvia, 3 times an Olympian in weightlifting. Martin Muhr from Germany, the real athlete of this group. And finally, the legend, Magnus Samuelsson. Well, there's a man in the red vest who's done it all before. 5 times a finalist and the world's strongest man back in 1998. Magnus Samuelsson getting away, but Raimonds Bergmanis, the Olympic weightlifter from Latvia, flying. Glenn Ross struggling just a little bit. This giant tyre that weighs 300 kilograms plus, the largest tyre ever in the history of World's Strongest Man. Now Magnusson beginning to come back. Travis Lyndon, first timer in World's Strongest Man, on the far side, beginning to make a move, and I fear Glenn Ross is way behind the rest. Magnusson just wins it. Travis Lyndon in 2nd place, brilliant performance. Martin Muhr in 3rd. What a start for Magnus Samuelsson. And Glenn Ross is going to finish last. Good performance by Lyndon, but what a start by the former champion.
So what sort of shape are you in this year?
To be honest, I've been taking it quite easy before, so I'm pretty well rested. Strong is a bulldozer though, but I don't know about endurance. So I have to keep up. How can I say? I don't really worry about the strength at all. I know I have plenty to take off. And saying that, endurance seems to be okay anyway. This felt very, very light.
What targets have you set yourself for this time then?
Do the best I can in every heat, in every event. Hopefully it's good enough to get me to the finals. If not, as long as I can go home happy. For me it was important I come not last here. The next 4 events are for me. We see it last year, African Stone Conan. I win this, and I think it's okay.
Well, Glenn Ross's face told the whole story there, really. Just a point for him at the bottom. Samuelsson, though, once a champion and looking like it again.
To be on this level, you must pay a pretty high price. And as long as you're willing to pay that price, it's worth going for. If you start to think, should I do it, should I not, just quit straight away, because then you're not prepared to pay. As long as I do it, I will do it well. And if I don't think I can win no more, I stay home. I'm here because I know I have one of the strongest bodies in the world. I think the reason why I have come so far is because I'm pretty tough when it matters. There is a place and time for everything, and sometimes you just have to dig in and fight. I hate losing, but some events is fun, some events is just painful. When I'm getting older, I will look back on all these years and I will smile, I think.
If your idea of a good time is plunging 300 feet towards the Zambezi River with just a piece of elastic to save you, then welcome to what was for 6 years the biggest bungee jump in the world. If, on the other hand, you'd rather pull a 16-ton railway carriage from Zimbabwe to Zambia, then maybe you should think about being a strongman.
First man up, one of the biggest and world's strongest man, Johnny Perry of the United States of America. Big cheer for him. Very, very popular. So, 16 tons, and what do you get? Well, I suspect it's going to be a sore back and sore arms and very, very sore hands. Away we go. Johnny Perry from North Carolina. His second world's strongest man competition. And this guy's a fanatic about Harley-Davidson motorbikes, but I suspect this is going to be a bit heavier and a lot slower. But we've seen times of around about 30 seconds in previous heats. If you can get down below 27, 28 seconds, you've got a real chance. This is good from Johnny Perry. 27.9. That may be his best performance so far. Good result. Well, the crowd certainly like Johnny Perry, but will the result be good enough?
Well, Glenn Ross finding the going really tough now. 38.5 seconds for Britain's strongest man. A bit better for Raimonds Bergmanis. 30.9 seconds for him.
The very athletic Martin Muhr from Germany, but he weighs 30 kilograms. That's about 4.5 stones less than Johnny Perry Jr.
Sit down, please.
That may be significant. 27.9 seconds leads at the moment. Now this guy almost qualified for the German bobsleigh team last winter. Unfortunately, they've come back and said, I'm sorry, mate, you're too heavy. But he's very fast. Martin Muhr is going well. About the same pace as Johnny Perry. He needs big points here. Still Lyndon and Samuelsson to go, but this looks good for the German. Oh yes, just dives beneath the time set by Johnny Perry, 27.1. Thumbs up for the German. Good effort.
You win the award as the noisiest competitor so far, because you were getting stuck in there.
Yeah, it's one of my weakest events, but I think in this year it's very good for me. I had a lot of practice the last half year, and I think it's good.
Travis Lyndon from Ontario in Canada. First timer in World's Strongest Man, but already he's shown all the competitors and us he's a contender. Good performance in the first event. He just finished behind Samuelsson. And he's big, very big, 2 meters tall, 6 feet 5.5, 23 or 24 stones or thereabouts, give or take a few pounds, and moving well. 27.1 is Martin Muhr's lead. He slipped a little bit there. Screaming and shouting. Got it! He's got it! He's got into the lead with only Samuelsson to go. 26.5. Whoa! Fantastic performance. And now beginning to enjoy himself, I think. The crowd are loving him too. Absolutely fabulous.
Massive upper body strength there.
Quick moves. That's, I think, just getting it going right at the start. A lot of guys I'm noticing long pulls at the start. Figured I'd go the quick pulls, get the speed up at the start, just maintain it. I actually thought I had it going too fast because I couldn't keep up with it. So I knew it would be a good time.
But Samuelsson, ideally built for this event, exactly the same height as Travis Lyndon, slightly lighter, but only by a couple of pounds. This guy is a real pro. Here we go. The start crucial. Samuelsson, he's been in the final of World's Strongest Man 5 times, more than anybody here in any of the heats. He's a former champion. He'd love to do it all over again. But can he bring away another 6 points? Can he make it 2 victories in a row? It's going to be very close. Oh, he's done it. He's done it by over a second, in fact. 25.1. Samuelsson does it again. Well, Lyndon will be disappointed, but he's been beaten by a very special competitor indeed.
How can I say? Try to not think so much about what the other people say and do. Even if this is maybe on the paper one of my better events, it's not done till it's done. So better do all the bragging afterwards than before.
Well, the scoreboard says it all. Samuelsson was the best there, 6 points for him, but Glenn Ross right down at the bottom. And everybody finished in the same position in the second event as they had done in the first. Hence, that's what the scoreboard looks like. Well, next up, it's the Africa Stone, 175 kilograms, 385 pounds, to be carried as far as possible down the course. And this is going to be a big event for 2 men in particular. Now, Martin, a lot of people think that you're an outsider for the title, but you really have to do well here, don't you?
Yeah, I think a lot of good guys was here, and not in this year I was for the title. Maybe I can win this event. This is okay for me, and I can beat Johnny, I hope so, but not more.
Is this make or break for you, Johnny, this event, do you think?
I guess so. This is probably one of my least favorite events, I guess. Very tough on the back. If I do good, it'll be definitely a plus for me, you know, going to the finals.
Well, from bad to worse for Glenn Ross, just 46.31 metres. But Raimonds Bergmanis managing 71.2, that could be worth quite a few points.
Johnny Perry, much, much bigger than Martin Muhr of Germany on the far side. But a lot of people, as you've just heard, are saying that this could be a very special event indeed for Martin Muhr. Tremendous runner, tremendous sprinter, and an incredible power lifter as well.
Lift.
Big result by Raimonds Bergmanis, the Latvian, in the previous heat. And look at this. 𝗚𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗣 had to break into a sprint there to catch him up. That's incredible. 175 kilos. And Martin Muhr just a little hitch up there to get it higher on his chest. Johnny Perry's going well, but he's about 20 metres behind. This isn't a race. It's just the maximum distance to be carried. Absolutely fantastic by Muhr. Hardly breathing. 175 kilos. That's knocking on for 400 pounds. And Johnny Perry is gone. Only 39.38 metres. That won't do his prospects of going through to the final much good at all. But it's all about Germany, all about Martin Muhr. 𝗚𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗣, former world's strongest man, just saying, come on, son, keep it going. You're putting on a fantastic show. I don't believe it. He could have maybe kept going. He even put it back on the stand. That is incredible. 96 metres. Olé.
I think this is enough for the win. I hope it's enough for the win. And I come in this one first. Maggie comes second, and Travis was third, or comes third. Then we have the same points for tomorrow.
Well, that could be the understatement of the competition so far, that he thinks it might be enough for the win. I reckon it probably will be, but We've already seen Travis Lyndon on the far side and Magnus Samuelsson here. Just how good they are. I don't believe this. Samuelsson has not even gripped the Africa stone. He's just locked it on both giant forearms. Travis Lyndon has got his grip sorted out.
Travis, 2 meters.
Jamie Reeves from Britain, from Sheffield, former world's strongest man himself.
Steady, Travis, steady.
He's just telling Travis Lyndon just to go steady. Don't go too quickly. Balance is important as well. But 2 lengths of the track so far. And Samuelsson lagging behind. This is a surprise. Lyndon is fast too. Tremendous performance by the Canadian. Now if he turns, 1 foot over the line is okay. Samuelsson's still struggling, but Travis Lyndon could beat Martin Muhr. He's got about 15 meters to go to beat the German. Incredible. Both men have come to a grinding halt on opposite sides. Lyndon is gone. 82.95 meters. Samuelsson finishes just over 60. Martin Muhr wins it with a brilliant performance.
Well, a bit of needle now. Martin Muhr arrogant maybe, but he was the best by some mark there. Travis Lyndon in second place, Glen Ross only picking up 2 points, and he is well adrift now. But we have a real contest. Samuelsson, Lyndon and Muhr. So we arrive at the deadlift hold, a fairly straightforward weightlifting competition, starting at a mere 280 kilograms, that's 616 pounds, and working our way up to who knows where. Well, Travis Lyndon eyeing a place in the final, but a bad performance from him, just 300 kilograms. And next to fall was Magnus Samuelsson. The giant Swede could only lift 330. I say only, but here we are at 350 kilograms. Johnny Perry and Raimonds Bergmanis both managing this, but that was the end for them. And so we had 2, Martin Muhr and Glen Ross. And the bar now 370 kilograms. That's getting on towards 900 pounds. Muhr couldn't manage it, but at last, victory for the daddy. So consolation for Glen Ross. Victory at least in one event for him in the deadlift hold, 370 kilograms. Behind him though, competition hotting up, because with just 2 events to go, Martin Muhr now leads, Samuelsson dropping to second. So now we come to our old friend, the boulder holder. 300 kilograms of rock, that's 660 pounds to be picked up and carried as far as possible around the circle.
A massive event in every way for the Canadian Travis Lyndon. He's got to close the gap of a single point on Magnus Samuelsson, the former champion, and of course Martin Muhr of Germany. Having a little bit of a problem with the grip there. Entirely on the forearms. The hands almost are incidental. They're just locked in the front. But he's going well. We saw just how well he carried the Africa stone. So walking and lifting, well, I think he enjoys that. 1 revolution gone. 27 meters. Travis Lyndon, the big surprise package of this heat. He's got nothing to lose and everything to gain, whereas Samuelsson, as a former champion, is expected to go through to the final and figure there. This is tremendous by Lyndon. Closing in on 3 revolutions. He's still got a little way to go, but this is still a fine performance. He's over 70 meters. Now the lactic acid begins to kick in. Lyndon's performance terrific. He's gone into the lead, 75.3 meters. But is it enough?
It's the mark to beat. All the power to Magnus if he beats it, and also power to Martin as well.
I'm surprised Travis Lyndon has even got the energy to talk. Absolutely fabulous. So Magnus knows to the inch, to the centimetre, exactly what he has to do now, even though Martin Muhr is still to go. Samuelsson, his mouth shut tightly, breathing through his nose, as wide as he can possibly get to add to the leverage of this giant 300 kilogram weight. 1.5 times round. He needs another full revolution to make it count against Travis Lyndon. Now, can he do it? He knows exactly where Travis Lyndon dropped that 300 kilogram weight. He's just trying to look to see if he can see a yellow disc. There it is ahead of him on the left-hand side. He must go past it. He's level with it now. He takes a little look and he's down. Just ahead of Travis Lyndon. That was mind over matter. He knew precisely what he needed and he did it. Oh, my goodness, cooling off in the best possible way.
I just had to make some ground in this event. After 2 laps I felt really hurt. After another half lap, totally dead. And I saw his target and I just gave everything I had to reach it, and luckily I did.
Take your position.
Well, Martin Muhr of Germany is making a real name for himself in this competition. I don't think he likes the tag of favourite. A lot of people are saying, well, this could be his year. We've got a long way to go before we crown the world's strongest man this year. But hasn't he got these walking and lifting events sorted out? Far better than everybody else bar Travis Lyndon in the Africa Stone, and now absolutely zooming around this circle. Coming up now for his second revolution. Is he going to get his second victory in this type of event in a row? 76 metres, Samuelsson's target. He's closing in on it, it's very close. He's got it, he's gone past Lyndon, gone past Samuelsson. Is it enough? Yes, it is. Ah, brilliant. Germany win again.
Now I can save my body for the finalizing. I think I need a second last place in the stones, but I think I came not last. I make a good performance in the next event, and it is okay.
So the group really splitting into 2. The top 3 well clear of the rest. Another disappointing performance there for Glenn Ross, finishing in last place. And what it means is that while Martin Muhr is through to the final, will it be Samuelsson or Lyndon who joins him? One event to go, you know what it is.
The last 2 competitors we're going to see in this heat for the Atlas Stones. Travis Lyndon, a head-to-head against Magnus Samuelsson. The prize, a place in the final. And Lyndon's gone down already, and time is of the essence here. Both men absolutely charging up with that lighter first stone. This next one weighs about 17.5 stones. Lyndon is catching the Swede. Johnny Perry of the United States set the standard earlier, 5 stones in 43.4. Martin Muhr only lifted 4 stones, but we know that he's through to the final, and Samuelsson is on number 5 already. Oh my goodness, that is fabulous. One of the fastest times ever for 5 stones. Lyndon's done it as well, but significantly, it's Samuelsson who's beaten Lyndon in this event, and that means Samuelsson is through to the final. Lyndon will finish 3rd.
I've never seen Travis before, and I never calculated with him to perform so extremely well as he did. So all credits to him, he did well. I did some mistakes in the beginning of the week, and I having a hard time to handle the big heat they have here. Now I feel better and better for each day, and I promise you will see big Swedish bulldozer in the final.
A bulldozer and a champion, Magnus Samuelsson winning the Atlas Stones as expected in the end. Well done to Travis Lyndon, we'll see him again. But what a disappointment for Glenn Ross, coming last in that heat. So Samuelsson and Martin Muhr are the men who go through to the final of the Metrex Trophy. Well, they'll join Rassinen, Zylstra, Carlson and Girard.